Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome to the 1,000 subscriber special. Now, you're probably wondering what this is on your screen here, and this is going to be a lot of fun here because I wanted to do something kind of special for this. Long ago, I played this game, and I got pretty good at it, I want to say, and we got to, or rather, I got to a certain point, and then I haven't touched this game in about 10 years now. But I wanted to do, something kind of special for today. And this is kind of based off of an idea that a member of my Discord had, Armored Raven. They had suggested that I try AM2R, but given that I'm trying to stay on Nintendo's good graces right now, given that there is going to be a sequel or apparently a prequel to Breath of the Wild. Basically, this is kind of how I have to play this out, since I don't have a way to capture 3DS footage, and since Nintendo basically wants to shut everything related to AM2R down, I figured this is probably the safest way for me to kind of go about that. And, I'm hoping that I can remember of everything. It's been, like I said, it's been 10 years. I'm hoping I remember everything in my head in terms of where everything is. And I hope I can, get through this without dying or anything like that. So, let me just make sure everything is working right here. Bear with me for one moment. Let's see here. So this is my first time setting up something with this kind of look, and you're probably wondering what that is in the corner as well. Yeah, apparently that's something that a lot of streamers like to have. Um, I'm just noticing now, it looks like this is not broadcasting to the link. Um, which is odd to say the least. It's broadcasting as if it's just a go live now instead of um instead of to the event that I had set up. Or no, it is broadcasting there. It is broadcasting. Okay. Good. Okay. So in that case, let me get one thing going here. Well, no, it's not. I'm actually okay. Let's see. Is it? Okay, so then why is this? Sorry, technical difficulties. Let me see what's going on here. Why this is happening? That's not even the right description. Okay, let me fix this first here. Just bear with me for a moment. And okay, so that at least makes sure that we are. At least now it has the right description. Bear with me for one more moment here, please. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I think we're good to go here. And good morning. Yes, so let's go ahead and get this going here. Alright. Like I said, I have not played this game in about 10 years. We will see how this turns out here. And let me get the timer going. And here we go. So yeah, this is just gonna be a fun day. I'm not really... I mean, I'm pretty much open to anything in terms of if you want to chat or anything. This is just a celebration of finally hitting 1,000 subscribers, and, you know, it's funny because, I started this journey, way back in 2004. Or no, even earlier than that, or no, later than that. It was, 2013, actually, that I started, doing Let's Plays, and it started as, just being Minecraft, if you go way back on my channel. Before that, somehow I had managed to correctly predict that at one point we were going to see Duck Hunt versus Ryu, in Super Smash Bros., although that was in, actually, Mugen that I had, done that video in, and that was the very first video that had ever gone up on my channel, and it's still there to this day. And then, you know, I got invited to the Phantasy Star Universe press beta, which there's still some videos from that available. I'm just trying to focus here. There we go. And, some of those videos still exist, although there really wasn't that much that came out of them. It really wasn't until I started playing Minecraft that I was set out on this journey of becoming a Let's Player, and just doing what I had to do to get to this point. Granted, a lot of people probably would have told me to stop long ago, given how I'm only at 1,000 subscribers like 6.5 years later, but what can I say? I do this as a hobby. I don't make any money, although I will note that, you know, now that I am at 1,000 subscribers, and given that I've been prevented from doing this now by YouTube because of their new policies that went in a year or two ago, I will be enabling that. Just because, you know, I might as well take advantage of it, and I don't know if YouTube is actually doing anything beyond what I've been putting in the settings anyway. Let's create some lag. Okay. So actually I hit the thing, so I didn't even have to worry about that. Ooh. We're fine. Let me just get past this next part here. But yeah, it's just been a crazy journey so far, and I have no intentions of stopping anytime soon. We're fine. And, yeah. So, this was what I came up with here for today. Just doing a good old run-through of Metroid 2. Yeah, Metroid Fusion was, an interesting one, to say the least. It was considered by a lot to be the most restrictive Metroid there ever was. in terms of what you could do in it. Which, I don't know if I'll ever get into that one, but it was like you couldn't ever... Even if you did manage to, like, figure out how to break through on a certain sequence, then the game would basically prevent you from progressing any further. But for that, you kind of need to be at an advanced level before you would even hit that. And I'm not talking about the quote-unquote sequence break where you find out that it's Adam that's in that computer. I'm talking about something where you get power bombs early. But, you know, the reason I keep the channel going is largely now I'm kind of set in this way of not just only playing through the games in the Phantasy Star series, but also I'm interested in series preservation as well. I don't get the beeping stopped. And while we're here, why don't we go ahead and pick up the Ice Beam as well. Something funny about the rules for this game, or rather for this category, is you don't have to collect all the beams, and the reason for that is they regenerate, so this is going to be the only beam that I pick up throughout this entire thing. Thank you for the boost up. Let's see if I can get this on the first try. Gonna be tight. Nope. Like I said, it's been about 10 years. There we go. I don't quite have all the timing I need. But hey, if I manage to remember where everything is, and I can get within about 10 times of... or 10 minutes, rather, of what I think was my fastest completion, which was about 1:15, I want to say, I'll be fine with that. And up we go. And of course, what's happened lately with the channel is it's just completely exploded now, thanks to everybody that's coming in with the Western release of Phantasy Star Online 2 being announced. So, that's a fun time as well. And that's really what pushed me over the 1,000 subscriber mark here, so definitely thank you to everybody that's coming in thanks to that. We're fine. That's actually one of the Metroids I can take a ton of damage on and not have to worry. Thank you. That's a little technique called the bump jump there. And then, of course, when I bounce and turn into a spider ball, that's called a spider ball throw. I got another one of those coming up right now here. There we go. See how I move faster? Funny thing about that, it only works when you're moving in the left direction. It doesn't work when you're moving to the right. And down we go. Yeah, no kidding. Definitely a lot of games have exploits. And here's the reason I was able to take all that damage. I knew there was an energy refill right there. These sections were always annoying, though. Okay, we should have another alpha coming up. Here we go. That jump is always annoying to make, to say the least. Just can never get a good footing in there. That one went pretty good. And there's an earthquake, which means we are done with Metroid City 1. And if you're not aware of the story of this game, basically this takes place after the first Metroid or Zero mission. Takes place after the Prime games as well, I think, although I never did finish number 2 and 3, so I might be wrong on that. But this is basically when Samus was asked to basically take out the Metroid homeworld. And so that's basically what we're doing here. And if you're wondering why I keep turning into a ball, it's slightly faster for me to keep going like that. And we are back into the main tunnel. Down we go. Now, I don't know if anything's going to come of that timer that you're seeing up there. Maybe. If I was to ever do anything more, I don't know if I would actually do it on this game. I've actually wondered about doing a run of Phantasy Star Universe at one point, seeing how quickly I could get through that. Now, of course, that is a game that would take a very long time to complete. Somewhere, I'm guessing, in the range of maybe 7 to 8 hours. So that would be more of a marathon than this is. Should not have froze him. But in terms of what we've got coming up after this, this is kind of... There's going to be one episode of Phantasy Star Online 2S coming up this week, and then beyond that, it is Shadowbringers week. So, that means basically I switched from Phantasy Star as my primary game into Final Fantasy XIV, starting this upcoming Friday. I want to say around 5 o'clock Eastern time. That's when the servers officially go up. But then my plan is probably going to be to go live shortly before that, just in case they happen to bring the servers up early. Plus, you know, being on Balmung, that's the busiest server. So I kind of have to, you know, be ready, or else I'm not going to get in for, like, hours. There's the high jump boots. And let's grab ourselves an energy tank. And some missiles as well. Alright, let's see if I can get this today. Not quite. Oh well. That's the last pickup of this area. Now we just have to make our way out. Here we are. We go the long pipe. But yeah, in terms of Shadowbringers, I'm really looking forward to that, especially with the trailer that dropped at E3. Apparently, I think it's Solus is his name, dropped the idea that Heidelin and Zodiark in that trailer are the eldest of primals. So that's an interesting take on things, but it also kind of makes sense based on what we've seen. Especially if you think back to how Ifrit tried to temper us, and he was unable to do that. Saying that she must have claimed you already. Got another alpha coming up. And let's grab what's in here. Actually, Spider Ball is probably faster. And up we go again. If I remember correctly, up here is going to be the Varia suit. Of course, it's not going to be there. It's going to be over here. There it is. The funny thing about this suit, this was the first game that suit ever appeared, and the reason they had to change it like that is because this game was going to be in black and white. There was no way to change the color like it could have been in the original Metroid. Okay, I think this is where things start to change up. This should be our first Gamma. Yes, indeed. Alright, come on over here. Manipulating them was always kind of problematic. There we go. Thanks, Artemis. Now, I will note that I did play, oops. I'll go into that in a moment. I will note that I played the Zelda 3 Super Metroid randomizer last year. Unfortunately, because of a claim, I had to take that down. And it wasn't by Nintendo, I will note that. It was by someone that apparently just put, like, a drum loop onto the track. Unfortunately, I don't know how to go about, you know, reporting a false claim when somebody doesn't have the rights to the music in the first place, when it's Nintendo's music and not theirs. YouTube doesn't allow you to say this is a false claim. Which it legitimately was a false claim in that particular case, to the point where, frankly, Nintendo should have sued the guy. I might still have the stream recording recorded locally, but I would need to try to find that. And I don't even know where I would put it up. Alright, so, here we got another. I'm gonna clear some space. There we go. And that does it for all the Metroids down in these tunnels. I did not want to miss that jump. The next missile pack is right here, except we have to bomb up to it. Oh no. Yeah, the range on the bombs is kind of wide there, so let me try this again. It is possible to go faster there, but I'm just not going to risk it today. Have to do a series of bump jumps up here to get up to here. And here's another alpha. Nice, we got it in a trap. And that refills our energy. I believe that's the last Metroid for this area. Yep, there's the earthquake. There's one more item we need to grab, and then we'll be all set. And there is the spring ball. And then this was actually the last thing we needed to grab. Let's make our way out of Metroid City 2 and back into the main tunnel. And here we are. I'm having trouble with my footing right now for some reason. There we go. Let's come down here, as we desperately need this. A missile refill. The target I'm looking for is 250. If I can hit that, then I'll know that I've made it. This should be the space jump? Yes, indeed. So now I can just jump infinitely. Well, as long as I don't get hit anyway. Here's an energy tank. And we'll go grab that missile next. And over here we're gonna have a Gamma to take care of. There we go, got it in a trap. You know, sometimes I have wondered if it would be worth it for me to ever do anything with Minecraft again. Is that something that anyone would want to see, or should I just keep doing with what I'm doing with the Phantasy Star series? I mean, it wouldn't be, like, a very common thing if I did it. Let's see if this works out here. The funny thing about that, that was kind of the technique I developed for that fight. Don't know why I decided to just go with a mid-air fight for that one, but it's what I ultimately decided is kind of the funnest thing to do there. If I was to ever do it, I guess I'd probably look at something like maybe Sky Factory or something like that. Something where, you know, you got limited ground resources, and you kind of have to make everything for yourself. It wouldn't be the same, you know, just complete the map as quickly as you can thing I used to do. Should be an alpha over here. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, definitely, Phantasy Star Online 2 North American Edition. I'm definitely going to be playing it. We need to see just what's actually going to be inside of that version. My plan is at least to go through the chase to 90, in terms of leveling up. That should at least give me a good sense of what's in that version, but it's really going to depend upon what's actually in that version. But the fact that we've pretty much gotten confirmation now that it's the Japanese team that's handling that version, that I've actually got some really high hopes now. Come on, let me through. Let me through. RNG on those guys is just amazing, and there's no way to kill them. Oh wait, it's to the left. Yeah, that was some really good news that we learned a couple of days ago in an I think it was a VideoGames.biz article, whereby, well, a couple of things were confirmed in that. First was the fact that that as of right now, Europe still doesn't have a release window. And I guess they're still working on it, but it's not something that they can really talk about at this time, unfortunately. And, you know, it could come down to licensing for that. It could also be that the GDPR is getting in the way of that one. A dubbed PSO2, I don't know if they're gonna go through with that. They might change some things, like the emergency quest announcements, but I don't think that they would completely redub the game. then again, it's always possible. I mean, I'm not going to rule it out as happening. But it would seem... Let's see, I gotta be careful with my shots here because these, this webbing here basically captures all the shots. They did redub Phantasy Star Universe, so it is still possible. Alright, we gotta clear some space here. Movement in corners like that has always been tricky. It's like you get stuck or something in terms of the controls. Nope, I had that backwards. Ages, you're talking about for Phantasy Star? I do know that there was the release of Phantasy Star on the Switch, I think, and that was part of the Ages series. But even prior to that, there were two versions, or rather, there were two remakes of the first two games of the series, Phantasy Star 1 and 2, which, those were on the PlayStation 2, and I do hope to get to those eventually one day. That was never brought over, but there is a fan translation available for that as well. There we go. Alright. Oh no, I fell into the lava! Oh no, I'm continuing down into the lava! What's going on here? So that is what you call a sequence break. I should not be in this area right now. Alright, I need 4 more missile pickups. So the ground may be vibrating right now, but that ground is not over here. That is in a different tunnel right now. Or actually, no, that is the one for this area, now that I think about it. Yeah, the lava's gone. But I should have had to go to a completely different tunnel in order to open this up. Thank you, Uzi. And on we go. Now, it's my hope in the next tunnel I'm gonna get a number of energy refills. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to make a safety save once we get to Metroid City 4. But Metroid City 3 is in fact complete at this point. So this is the tunnel I was supposed to go to before getting through all that lava before. Now I'm just on the ground here, so I'm moving a little bit faster. The energy I'm taking here is kind of negligible, but we'll see how this plays out. There's an energy drop. Okay, I think that's net 40 there. Come on. Like I said, it can be kind of hard to manipulate these guys sometimes. Look at that, I can't complain, I'm at max energy. that's right, this is this area here, so spider ball throws are better. Alright, Metroid City 4. So I think I am still going to take that safety save. Just because I hate Zetas so much. Zetas are one of the worst in this game. Actually, that kind of worked out. At least until I got knocked out of it. There we go. Thankfully, there's an energy refill coming up, so I'm not that too concerned here. And it's the same for missiles as well. There's a missile refill right after the Zeta. Or rather, after the next Zeta. And that's gonna be the one... I think... it's either right before or right after the screw attack. Funny thing about the screw attack in this game, it's virtually useless in terms of getting you through content. We have another one of these here. We're still too close on that. Yeah, those bombs have a really long range. Okay, there's missiles. There's an E-tank. Alright, for this one, we are completely blind. Hopefully I remember how this works. Alright, there's the missile tank. That was the easy one. I think we got it. Alright, so that E-tank doesn't actually do anything, but it is necessary as part of completion for 100% here. I wish I had cleared some more space first. Alright, here's the Zeta I hate. There's just no proper setup for this guy. It's like luck if I manage to get him into a trap. Kinda like that. But even that's not that effective. Oh well. At least we did take him down. Oh yeah, and no, I agree, and keep in mind, I'm doing this without a map here. I'm doing this purely from memory. Frankly, I'm surprised I'm actually doing this well. It's, like I said, it's been 10 years since I last played this game. Alright, there's the screw attack. There's a missile refill coming up down here. As long as this says 240, we're good to go. 240, there we go. And that right there is the last missile pickup. Oops. I'll try to stay on the side if I can. Let me try the other wall. That's a bit better. No, I muted it because of noise outside. This is the one that is typically the easiest. Just because you can just mash away like that. Alright, Metroid City 4 is complete. We got plenty of energy and missiles. Alright, this section coming up is kind of unusual. It's got a couple of quirks that we need to pay attention to here. Specifically in the fact that we're gonna spawn one Metroid, and this is gonna be the final alpha of the game. I think my shot was a little too high. Oh, nope, it hit. And now what we have to do is we actually have to go back into this area. Because there's another Metroid that triggers, but it doesn't trigger until you actually leave the area. This portion of the map looks like a loop, basically, and if I was to head further over at this point, you would see that the lava has filled up again. Basically trapping me in this area. And here we have the first of the Omegas. These guys are a lot easier to deal with than the Zetas. Okay, tell me how that happened. Seriously, how did that missile go straight through his body? Alright, now the lava's gone back down. Funny thing, if you're quick enough, you can actually keep the audio for the earthquake going. I didn't think I had shot it in the head, but you might be right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Endgame! As you can see, we have 4 Metroids left. 3 of those are our Megas, and 1 of those is special. I think I may be trying to hit him too quickly. Come on. Alright, there goes one of them. We're fine on health, don't worry. Here's the next one. There is a bit of a rhythm that you need to have for those. I would agree to that. Definitely could work as an alarm noise. But then again, I typically stick with either a PSO2 sound, or I'll do chop suey, but you overslept. Alright, there's the last of the Omegas. So there are pitfalls in this area, and so that's why I'm staying up in the sky here. At this point, it's just a big space jump up to where the next refill is. And now let's make our way over to the next area. Okay, watch that counter in the lower right. We've got 9! And that's because of these guys right here. 8 remaining. Seven. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 Metroid remains. Eat some bombs! You're done. Well, close enough anyway. This should finish it. And that's it. And there you have it. The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. $119.14. Not bad. That's actually, what, about 5 minutes off of what my, what I think my fastest time was. So, yeah, that's Metroid 2. Very interesting game for its time. Played it a lot on the Game Boy, so you can imagine what that was like when they didn't have backlights on the thing. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, with how much Nintendo has attacked AM2R in the past, preventing it from being played at certain events, unfortunately, I didn't want to put my channel at risk. But you know, this is still just as good, I think. And what can I say? I have a lot of fun. I'm really glad that you know, all these years later, I still remember pretty much where everything is. Technique has definitely worsened over time. I've forgotten where, like, enemies spawn, so I wasn't jumping where I needed to be jumping to avoid them. And definitely the Metroid fights themselves could be improved, but it is what it is at this point. I don't know if I'll play this again in another 10 years or what the deal will be. But let's take a look at what the in-game timer said here. $116. That's not that bad, actually. So yeah, with when it comes to this game, the timer is not actually that accurate compared to the just using real time. Just because if you save and then quit, it only remembers your hours and minutes. It doesn't remember your seconds, so you can cut time off just by saving at every save point and then restarting the game. And that's something that's been ruled, if I remember correctly, not valid in the rules for this game. So 119.14, a very decent time, I would say, all these years later. So, let's, I guess, let me once again, thank you all for, 1,000 subscribers. This is really amazing. And like I said, this week, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers starts on Friday, really early. The servers are supposed to come up at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 a.m. Pacific. I plan to be there. I'm going to wake up at about, I want to say an hour before. And, if they happen to come up early, well, then that's, hopefully they're not going to come up early, because that would actually cause issues with me logging in and being able to get started with that. But anyway, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I look forward to when I finally hit 10,000. And thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.